second. Good morning, good morning, good morning. 1 second, just setting up this live a bit quick. The All right, sorry about that. Whoops, still got that live. Alrighty, so running a little bit late, but we covered most of the big news last night. So we'll really quickly brush over a couple headlines here and go over the watch list and go from there. So anyway, overnight we do have the G7 to hike sanctions on Russia, nears oil price cap deal. So the group of seven rich democracies will commit on Tuesday to a new package of coordinated action meant to raise pressure on Russia over its war in Ukraine, and will finalize its plans for a price cap on Russian oil. Legal clashes await U.S. companies covering workers' abortion costs. So that is one thing on the stock side of this to keep in mind. Google hit with antitrust complaint. That's nothing new by Danish job search rival. Pfizer and biotech says Omicron-based COVID shots improve response versus that of variant. Models is reopened. War-damaged potato chip plant outside of Kyiv. So anybody investing in them. Wall Street futures overnight did rise, building on Friday's strong close as sentiment improved, tempering fears of prolonged inflation. European stocks hit a 2-year high, boosted by miners, and in Asian equity markets, Japan's Nikkei closed up, lifted by heavyweight technology stocks, while Chinese shares ended in the green, with tourism and consumer sectors leading gains as Shanghai declared victory over COVID-19. Gold prices rose as the dollar weakened. Oil prices edged higher ahead of the G7 talks on new Russian sanctions. Nike is due to report its fourth quarter earnings, and that's pretty much the only headline. So, how are you, by the way? I'm doing really good. Doing really good, man. Sorry. Yeah, appreciate the question. And I am still bearish, but I still see a possibility uh, for, especially as people double down to the downside, for potential pressure to the upside. Um, but I'm one of those people who only makes money by reacting to the market. I have all sorts of thoughts, but truthfully, I'm not taking action until I see action. So, good morning, William. What's going on, everybody? If you guys are on TikTok, be sure to tap your screen. We're going to be live trading today. Um, and that brings me to the watch list here. So I'm pretty much just on Meta. I do need to cover, I guess, before I hop over there, the economic calendar for today is June 27th. Durable orders, expert transportation, and pending home sales all coming in. We already had the durable orders coming in at let's see, 0.7. Forecast it was 0.3. So it's relatively flat. And then this week in general, for those of you guys just tuning in, we do have a ton of data, and we do also have Powell talking again this week with CPI data coming in and all sorts of that, all sorts of good stuff like that. So anyway, so looking, and probably going to just go ahead and look at the Qs first. There we go. I thought I was muted on Discord for a second. So I talked about this last night. It doesn't matter whether I'm right or wrong, or if we hit this resistance and pull back. But I will be watching for a small push to the upside this morning, possibly tapping it. I haven't looked at pre-market data yet. So we have already seen a small wick up, but I am looking at a potential move to the upside for the QQQ. And then I am going to be watching for some sort of 15-minute engulfment candle. I would need a show of rejection because I am not going to get faked out based on a little dynamic trend line like I have here. That being said, the Qs have a gap up into 299.12. If they move through that gap, you guys know 50% of that gap is going to be 297.30, 297.35. So keep watch on that level as you move to the upside if you do. And again, I find it highly unlikely for this to happen, but major supply is at 304 and obviously 300. So Meta. What is the watch list application? If you hit the link in my bio, that is the first top link, is the heat map. So you don't even have to search for it. I already did all the work. All right, so I don't know if you guys have seen pre-market data, but Meta already hit our target. First of all, this is exactly what we talked about last night, and it actually did end up going a little bit further than our previous rejections, because those rejections occur right around 172 and this little level right here, which we've already lost at 171.36. That being said, this little trend line, 15-minute trend line, I will be watching for a break below 169, and then I would anticipate seeing Meta down to levels like 166.80, and at that point, we're still moving to the upside. So just in recognition for what it is, I'm looking for a bounce. If we get no bounce and we fail, then obviously we can adjust from there. So still looking at Meta. If we do end up moving to the upside, we have that gap. And of course, if the Qs fall alongside, then we should see Meta moving into the 173 and potentially the 175 range. So all I have been trading for the last, I don't know, 3 weeks, I think, is Meta. I don't need it. I mean, it's honestly a testament to the fact that you don't need to spend money on a scanner. I mean, if you're constantly looking for the biggest and the best, or the best ripper, that's half the battle. That's exhausting in itself. You just go to a strong sector, find a strong mover that people obviously are familiar with, and you see good volume on, good solid movement like we see here on Meta, and stick with it. Get good at it. And once you get really good at one stock, then branching out to other stocks obviously gets a lot easier. So obviously I'll take a look at SPY for everybody here. So same story. SPX did show that it was obviously potentially leading here, but SPY 15-minute had this thing moving to the upside, up and out of this that's not anybody I know, up and out of this megaphone that we've been talking about. And again, the Qs look just like it, and SPY has already filled its gap and is up to this little zone here, with the resistance around 390 or 393.80. Alex in our Discord and on Twitter did show me on the cues that on a higher time frame, I think it was going back here, and I don't want to say that this is wrong or right because I don't know. It's kind of one of those things that I'm going to have to continue to watch, but I still see major downside, and I think smart investors are going to be taking advantage of this time to possibly get out from underneath a couple of positions. There's a couple of different things here that kind of lead me to believe that we could actually see some sort of, we'll call it a bleed up from now. Resistance is all, this downtrend, right, coming from our highs, is all the way around 416. This is a higher time frame, unfinished, right, or megaphone pattern, with the 50% mark at the gap fill at $400. So above $400, you've got the supply test at 407, and ultimately from there, I would venture to guess that at a minimum, we'll see the 415 area. And then if you look up and you kind of, and I'm almost done here, but this is where I look for confluences. So this is the 430 level, and this is where we saw our first, like, just fake out dump. It looked like it was going to go up. We're going to reverse, and it immediately flushed to the downside. And that is in confluence with my resistance. So we'll see how this plays out, of course. As far as the lower time frame is concerned, these levels are pretty easy. You've got 385.90. Anywhere below that, first level is 383.90, and then 381.80. To the upside, 392.22 and 393.84. I guess, yeah. This does have a very weak but unfinished inverse head and shoulders. I didn't really see that. So you could see this gap get filled. All right. I feel like we could see a little bit of a pullback possibly at the bell, but we have to know, when do things turn bearish, right? And when do things, are we just pulling back? And that's what you're going to see a lot of people taking, strong bets, and to lead something to the downside like that, or reverse it like that would obviously be preferred. At any moment, a stock can instantly change in either direction. Trend lines are after the fact. Thank you. My whole life has changed now. Hey guys, everything's changed. I didn't know that. Yeah, we do that to place targets. Trend lines and technical analysis are a form of risk management. It's how I help find targets based on previous price action, and it's working pretty damn good. All right. I think we get a mini pump to next to CPI. Well, we'll see. Alrighty, so that's about it, at least for me. I haven't seen anything. The only thing that I did see as far as a technical setup, there's a couple of them. So small accounts, I'm not going to be trading these, but these are setups that are relatively clear, levels that are pretty clear as well. Obviously, nothing's 100%, but obviously Meta can be a bit expensive, and MU has a 4-hour or daily bear flag possibly forming here. So it's got a small gap up to the upside. It would have to, and if it moves up, it wouldn't even be playable, in my opinion. It's too close to 60. But to the downside, it does look like, and Mondays are good for those are the only times that I'll play weeklies. And it's still always safer to go out till next week. But MU below $58, it's got a gap and a support all the way down to 56.20. So if you're watching the tech sector, I would recommend keeping, or not tech, excuse me, chip sector, I would recommend keeping something like SMH up. This way you can obviously see the overall sentiment and movement in that ETF before trying to take any bold position. But as you can see, mirroring that way. So, and then of course, just your key levels here. If you do move to the upside, it's going to be 218.36. And again, I need Meta going to go down this week. Is my Discord paid? My all of the education, everything in my Discord is free. And then there is a premium side, which is not recommended for new people, and they can just sit here. How big are the puts? I don't know how to answer that question. What do you mean? How big are the puts? All right. Speaking of, let's see here. We did see some really large 624. Let me go see what coin puts. All right, so this is one. If you guys don't like my watch list, again, if you, I can tell you guys right now that if you, when I was starting off, when I put my ego aside and I would see somebody post a decent setup, I would go and start from scratch and go and set up my own plan. But of course, if you're looking for a different trade, I know there's a couple people in the chat here who trade coin exclusively, but seeing that flow to the downside, and then looking at this setup right now, which is pretty wonky, but you're nearing resistance for coin, and then higher time frame. I've already got this one mapped out, but you can see that it looks like it's going to hit 66.87. That's supply anywhere above that, but at some point I would be looking for a rejection here, and you can see just of course that this would likely go back down to support, which would be $50. So another thing to watch. Yes, I do think that. Well, think about this way. Higher open interest, there's always going to be higher open interest on psychological numbers. And anytime the market goes up or goes in any direction, you're going to see OI rise. And with that strong a movement that we saw on Friday, that is not really surprising to me at all to see that type of volume. And a lot of people, think that we've bottomed out. And I don't doubt, if you go look at the OI to the downside, it's good to compare and contrast. And there's a couple of different sites that can do it for you. But so here's how I'm going to have my chart set up. Okay. I'm going to be looking at Meta, right? And I'm going to be watching the cues just like this. More than likely for Facebook, I'm going to be watching the 15-minute off the bat. I already know where my pre-market highs are, pre-market lows. So you don't have to have extended market on, but you can go and change or move your levels so that way you can see pre-market highs and pre-market lows. Currently, we are making pre-market lows, and this could be that trend line, smaller, lower time frame trend line retest, and liable to bounce at 169.63. There's another level below it, 169. So, and then again with the Qs, which had the best week last week, right? Which means if we are going to fall, probably going to do so in style. But this one, interestingly enough, it's got a little bear rising wedge here on the lower time frame. I guess that's kind of bottomed out with extended hours on. And then it also is just up against resistance. We've been talking about this megaphone again for I don't know how long. I feel like it's been like months, but it was before I left on vacation. So let's see if we break out of that today, and that's going to be really my only concern. The Qs go through the gap, Meta moves to the upside. It's that simple. And if Meta moves to the upside, it's got a gap right above it, and I have a target of 174 and 175. 173.83 is the first major resistance, or that 50% mark of the gap. So that's Yes, education stuff. Yes. What is this? Goldman Sachs is. Yo, that's dope. I like that you have that. Why do you have that? How do you have that? Send me that. I need the price target upgrades, and those are so hard to find for some reason. I mean, I can go to Economic Calendar. They're pretty good about, but I'd rather have it just come to the phone. That's pretty cool. All right. Twitter? Twitter does that? Interesting. Yes, OI is a factor for sure in the max pain theory. So, so I would say, that if we did move to the upside today, there's one thing that I have like kind of it's like a gut feeling kind of, but I wouldn't it wouldn't be outlandish to see a quick. The faster, the worst it's going to be. The worse it's going to be. We could see a quick gap fill, or even a little bit of that gap fill, and then a wick. If you see a candle close back underneath this resistance with a wick here, I will take the Qs short or meta. Either one doesn't matter. So. So if you have a small account and you can't day trade, the way that I worked my way around that is I would just wait till the end of the day, or I would take a position, either obviously if I'm looking at higher time frame setups, that was the only way that I could really do it. But I would do short swings. I would swing into the next day, and then if I had two or three, I always had a hedge, and of some sort, usually cheap out of the money ETF, and yeah, just I am on YouTube. Yep. So the Facebook calls that I swung, obviously they were ridiculously cheap. Um, and the position overall cost less than what one contract, outside of the money, would cost. But my theory is, right, if we even test supply on the Qs at 304, then we are more than likely going to gap up or continue to move up, and fill half or most of all of this gap. So I have 174.33, and then the entirety of the gap fill at 175.25. At that point, the most logical, right? Because psychological numbers, you'll see the IV, and that volume rise on the 180 contracts, because it's only logical if it goes and fills the gap to 175. So those contracts that are gonna, I wouldn't call them lottos, but they're like if we do. So those are kind of like I hold those until we break below 169. And what you can do is reduce risk on those. So like if you have 5, 10, 15 of them and it's become a stressful position, then you have to have, and this is something I try and talk about a lot, you have to have these levels to the downside where you're going to see things break down. And it's just not usually, it's based on where buyers and sellers did it before. So right around the 168.80 level. So if you wanted to just kind of bring this down to the consensus. So right there, 168.75, and then directly below that, right where you break up and then retest, right? Because you retested that level, 166.60. So it's those two levels that would be like, okay, if you close some candles below that, more than likely Meta is going to pull back, and then nearing, I would say the 163 level would probably be a reasonable pullback if we did. But But yeah, so a lot of discounts on clothing. Thoughts on Rivian? Oh God, I just had flashbacks. Why'd you do that to me? So I'm still short. Not me. I'm still short on the company. Just like I am with Lee Auto, which has no damn business being that fucking high. I promise you, I have alerts on that right now. I I'm gonna short that thing. It just shouldn't be that damn high. You're not allowed to do that. Okay, so Rivian right now is actually not changed much at all. The one thing that I think we talked about this when we were charting it because it was, yeah. So just going with our most recent high, Rivian is just peeking its head above what looks to be there. So you're basically at resistance for Rivian. Rivian below 2566. In fact, I'm going to set another alert there. That would be a short signal for me. And right now you need a significant push and break above, and these levels are pretty clear. Break above 3264. So, all right, I'll be right back. Getting coffee. Yeah. Except for the game I usually hang out with my friends at, you know, hold the meeting. Up here. What's up? I think we get a red to green day. You just shut that mouth, Doctor Spy. I'm just kidding. What's up? It's Sabrina. Grizzle, just DM me my G. All right. Rivian's still strong. I wouldn't. This is either building a base. Here's how I can simplify this for you. And I'm gonna actually. I'll raise this. Okay. So 3417 looks like basically 32 bucks above you. Those are the top of or your nearest linear resistances. Right now, you are at your downtrend. And that may be kind of here or there. And that's what I'm saying. Really, it's going to be $30 and 32 bucks that you would need to break above. And then you've got 35 right above it. And it just seems highly unlikely at this point that it would. But again, it doesn't matter what I think. It's just bundled up against resistance. And we actually talked about this, last night. A lot of the times, the longer you spend at resistance means that buyers are still present and that could potentially see a move to the upside. The last thing that I will mention is that Rivian sure looks like it has a head and shoulders on the 4-hour time frame. and just I'm trying not to think about it right now because I want to short it now. But um, 28.34. That's so ugly. There it is. 27.11. So really, yeah. So it's really going to be 27.11 right there, and 25.70 is the neckline, and that would likely lead you to the downside. So, all right.
Morning.
Well, hello there.
All right, sir.
I'm delightful. A little tired. I keep watching that movie. Like every time I say I'm going to go to bed, I just put that movie on. The movie's so good, dude.
It's just today is like today is like a perfect day to like lose money.
Oh God.
Well,
Everything. I know. I before I do agree that today is going to be one of those days where we're up against resistances, up against supply. So that's where fake out happens. Fake outs happen. But go ahead. Sorry.
no, it's just bad. I mean, I have really to say besides the true fact that while we've been climbing, there's foot buying and everybody's aware of this. Remember that the JPM color trade that
Yeah.
expires at the end of the month, 6:30. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much just waiting it out. And I think today is gonna be sort of like Friday. So here's the thing. Everything is moving up with rising support, and after today's class, you guys will understand what I mean way easier. So if everything is moving up with rising support, ideally you're signaling a bounce, right? That the trade will ideally be a bounce because we are again we're forming a trend, right? Forming an hourly trend. So you look at names like Tesla, like Meta, like Google, like Microsoft. They all have that breakout of consolidation of the hourly, and if you guys look at it or zoom out a bit, you'll see it. And then now they're moving up. So when we look for a bounce, we're assuming there's going to be continuation right there, right? So I look at Tesla. I like Tesla because the 20-day cloud is sitting at 735, which is also the 38% fit, right? So right there, I'm expecting a bounce off that 735 level. And then you got Meta. Meta has the 20-day cloud literally at 168, but at 160, at 169.45, or 170, we have the 200-day cloud, right? And then we have the 23% fit. So basically everything that's moving up has demand at the bottom, right? Now what we need to do is please somebody sound please. Now what we need to do is see if this no, this guy is he's still sleeping. So what we have to ideally do is bounce off that demand that we're seeing, right? We have to see that demand hold out, and that's what I'm looking at. Um, if everything takes off right at the open, like Friday, right? Pre-market highs get broken with a lot of power, a lot of volume. It is what it is. We'll wait for a dip. If there's no dip, then we just don't trade, right? Because it's better to take a trade that the odds are with us versus against us, right? And if something just rips, you guys know that I would much rather wait for it to exhaust and short it than long it, right? But if something rips, comes down, retests the resistance it broke, and then continues, then that's how a healthy, bullish move happens. Same way that to the downside, if it goes retest the support that it breaks, then that is a healthy downtrend, right? That's pretty much where I'm at. Just Meta and Tesla for today. I have Google as well, but the spreads on Google are enough to not make me even load the contracts. Um, so yeah, just let's have a good day, really, because there's not much else to say. Just don't be an ape, man. It's Monday.
Yeah.
Well, why would you just come out on weekend and want to just be an ape on a Monday and be yourself?
Yes. One Kim Kardashian, please. Everybody else is like, what the? I think I paid like 180 for my Jordans, and I've worn them once.
The
You're
Packers.
you're pretty cute, bro. Thanks. Wow. I'm blushing.
I mean,
Yeah, I didn't say that. No, I'm not. I wasn't talking to Manny. Somebody said that to me. I
it's, um,
was talking to Manny too, though. Of course. I was passing that along to him. Spy target this week is 399.50. I do.
I like that. I like what Top Shelf said because the upside of the JPM counter trade is SPX 4000, right? So it is normal for us to get a move into that level, right? It's completely normal and we see it.
I have to do this. If we'd end up chopping today, I'm gonna build that Hogwarts castle. The one. Yeah, I'm gonna. What? Did you throw that thing in the trash or something?
Just started the it's literally there. I open it to get the remote for the LEDs and I look at it and I'm like, it's okay. Has they open since?
I love no. I love yeah, never. I love when people are like, market up or down today. It just it's so it's so ooga booga to me. It just reminds me of that ooga booga skit, like the the caveman, the bunga, yeah, the bunga ing, ooga booga or whatever. Yeah, that episode's so good. I'm gonna really quickly post some stuff in my chat really quickly. So
I love so many times I did. I
yeah,
had a gold vision open and I guess my body just knows, so it tries to wake me up.
I woke up twice last night, but that's because I fell asleep on my couch, which is meant for humans that are like 3 times smaller than me. I guess it's literally I don't know. It's such a nice couch, but it's nice and uncomfortable as well.
You have it, right?
And yeah, I have an air fryer. What am I supposed to sleep in that? Okay.
By the way, guys, class is gonna be today. I had to reschedule. By the way, all of you guys that asked, my breakfast is perfectly fine. Um, just he got sort of scared. I mean, I think he was mostly scared of my reaction after I got home.
Oh god. Think
But
supposed to be helping him.
what?
I was supposed to be helping him and just chewing him out. Why are you falling?
All right, so the class is gonna be today, same time, 6 p.m. I'm not gonna record it, and the reason why I'm not gonna record it, just listen. Like if I record it easily, and it's statistics. Easily, out of 10 people, 5 of them are not gonna pay attention because they're gonna be, oh, the recording's there, and then when they get the recording, they're not even gonna watch it or pay attention because it's not gonna be the same. So there's no recording. If you show up for the class, you're gonna get the live class, right? Diana's going to do a Q&A. My strategy is pretty simple. The only thing that makes it a bit difficult is that you have to short resistance and long support. Some people break out resistance and break down support. That's the only thing that's weird about my strategy. But it's a simple strategy. It's not going to be more than like an hour long class. Will take longer as the Q&A than anything. But yeah, I'm not recording just because I want people to pay attention. In other times, I charge people so they can be forced to pay attention because it's hurting their pocket. Not even that was enough, right? That wasn't even enough. But at the end of the day, I said I was going to finish teaching this year, so I'm going to just try to end it with all you guys.
I have
I don't mind
$100.
people care about it. You guys are cool. You guys care about it.
You have $100. Which stocks you should buy? Buy $50 of VIX and $50 of SPY.
Damn, bro, what? That is the right
It'll work out eventually.
there.
Hey, yo, look at the bounce on Meta right there, y'all. We got a few more seconds. I wanted to post these levels really quick. Oh shit, why do I got Rivian up? All right, so remember what I said too. The Qs have gapped up to resistance. So gap fill, below the gap fill, and again, I'm not going to go short until we're below 290. So that's going against the grain. Excuse me.
Yeah, gold is ugly, bro. I mean, that trade yesterday was good, if anything, but it's like ugly chart. Um, I think Dynasty, what we have been speaking about since the war started, the whole manipulation with it is pretty wild. Um, yeah, it's just that we gotta get Rolly on a live session because I know Rolly trades a lot of SOV, silver. So I would love to hear his and at least what he thinks on silver to just mix it with my thoughts on gold.
Oh shit, look at this, y'all. Look at
I still think it's going to $1,600, but who knows?
I don't know if I have
Maybe
time.
we'll go to 5 grand before. Recap on plans for Meta. Oh, I don't know what Garrett's doing.
Okay. So right now, a move to the upside. We're already in position. I can add an outside of the money 175 strike for this week above a 172.64. It's pre-market, or excuse me, 172.75. It's pre-market highs. Underneath 168.85, you can cut your swing,
Oh, man.
candle close, and then likely we're going to see a move down to 166.63. And then from there, I'll be watching the Qs to move down to about 50% of their gap. All right.
Take it easy again today, guys. You don't have to trade your first move. You don't have to trade it at the open.
You could trade tomorrow and still make
You can
money
trade
for the whole
tomorrow.
week.
You can literally not trade the rest of the week and just start one.
Yep.
Right? If the party started, ding, 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 ding. All right, I want to see a pullback on Meta. So first one, I need a pullback on. I'm not gonna long it over has.
Anywhere on Meta below 168.80, and it's you got the Qs of moving for the gap fill 294.97. So, bruh. What's up, user 7236909903094? Sorry, I just wanted to be correct.
By the way, 174 on Meta. The 20-day starts to show itself on the day. FYI.
Has anybody got Meta calls? Those are
Well,
already printing, so or printed. So you guys are welcome to take a couple of off because they were cheap as shit. Yeah, man. So go ahead and take that way, pay for the trade. That way you now you have room to negotiate. What's happening right now? We're not pushing highs. That's okay, right? But we're struggling right off the bell. We got relatively low volume. So if you swung calls, do yourself a favor. Yes.
crazy. Here's a screenshot just for reference. But I'm gonna explain on the class every all of this. And just for reference, just
Good job. Awesome job. Awesome job. If you guys TP, if you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just actually let me signal that. Scrolling fast. Watch it start to fall back right when I do that.
oh nice. I'm reading my literature.
From 75% of meta calls here. I like it. Human music. I love that song. All right, so that's actually good to see. So we can see we got 12 minutes and 30 seconds left. Uh, the queues have just gap filled.
That Tesla impulse at the open was wild. offer it to stall out. Now, right now, like breakout traders are like, do I hold? Do I sell? Do I hold? Do I sell?
How do I get in this? You have to be in the Discord, but
Be patient, just wait.
yeah, just be patient.
Oh no, it's not good Tesla.
Oh, well, that applied to the question that I was just answering too. So, if if you want to if you want to move out of the position entirely, that's totally fine. Once the Qs surpass their gap fill below 294, I'll go ahead and cut it. This is sitting on top of support. Once it breaks support, then we can start looking at downside. But this is a good solid swing. Definitely pretty sweet. Those were pretty cheap contracts. So, yeah, take your money and run. And also, what you guys were just able to take advantage of there was IV. There it is. There's that 5 minute wick down. So any runners that you have are still green. You can go ahead and take some profit on those if you'd like, or just go ahead and TP. And I'm going to go ahead and start looking at the downside. I still have my Q hedge. We'll see what happens with it. All right, Meta, remember 168.80 coming in hot.
168.
Sound like, listen, what you have 168?
Yeah, and this is the 20 day.
I'm looking at that little supply zone between 10 o'clock on June 24th and 4 o'clock. It's like a little zone right there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Looking at meta contracts right now. You're bouncing this? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not in.
So right now, and of course, it would just be this 15-minute candle. It would be 294 on the Qs. Below that mark, candle close. This is the rejection that I was looking for. This was exactly what what we suspected would play out. And whoever we just sold those contracts to on Meta, pray for them. Took Meta short at the top. Ooh! Dude, we got a bunch of Meta ninjas in here, dude. Straight up. All right. Remember, I have these little boxes here for a reason because these are where the trend changes for me. I'm not going short quite yet when I know that we're still relatively close to support, which is
168. I haven't seen the bid size. I haven't seen anything.
and
So
you know what?
if Meta Pump was here, it's okay.
Um, guys, I'm gonna leg into a 160 put, just one on meta rate at this 15-minute candle. Let me go to the 5 really quick. I'm gonna let this candle because we're sitting right on top of that bounce level, right on 168. If we fall through any further, there's that bounce right there. Um, if we fall through and reject this 169.69, then I will likely grab that 160 contract. But I'm going to do it one at a time. Again, it's against the grain, and I do have support on Meta, just lower time frame 164.50. So
Wow. Wow. Very aggressive.
seriously,
160. But again, this is what my
there's the Qs, guys, going almost in full engulfment of that last candle close here. And then look at the meta rejection. Look at 169. It was 169.85. So let's see if we. Yeah, I've got 9, and oh yeah, I got my point of control there as well. So right now, as this candle pulls back down, if we get 168.80, I'll go ahead and grab that first 160 contract here. Qs are fucking
doing puts.
puts. Yeah, one puts there.
Yeah, no, Reddit is nice for a breakdown. Like
Yeah,
after that, like,
yeah.
but we did the move. You got me?
I'm gonna go ahead at 167, try and fill here. Just one at a time for me. You can obviously trade outside of the money, or 165 contracts are good as well. I'm keeping it light. 160 puts. Stop for me is exactly where that rejection just occurred. So any push above 169.85 in the point of control, I will go ahead and cut from there. So that's my stop loss at the moment. I'm going to add one more.
Nice job, Stanford. I didn't. I wanted to take print. Well, good job, dude.
Yeah.
I was looking at the same strikes.
Hot damn. Nice job.
Yeah, very, very kid execution. You saw that the literal top of that because I had those counts loaded and I saw how they moved.
So if meta bounces here, if meta breaks down from here, I will actually grab a sizable position as we push below 167.60. And then the first resistance or support, is 166.40. The entire market, my entire heat map just turned gray and red in like a lightning flash. Oh my god, fat biker. No. No. Oh my god. You're a soldier, dude. You are a soldier, my guy. I would normally lecture somebody, but dude, wow. Nothing, man. I got out of Lee, dude, because that shit was driving me nuts. And it's finally looking like it actually might dump now, so. The date is this week on Meta. This week's contracts. And again, obviously there's a pretty sizable amount of people following here on TikTok. You don't want to select the exact strike. Anywhere between my strike of 160 and outside of the money is probably going to be a decent position. Pick what's best for you.
Meta is holding that 169.
It is. Yeah, it is really holding that well. Like I said, my cut, and now if you guys are entering right now, I've already been in, and I might end up cutting. Like I said, back up above that point of control, 170. That's that 50% mark. I'm out, and it's no harm, no foul. It's a little bit of a scrape. I just executed a sweet swing, and I'll go ahead and reevaluate from there. But yeah,
I've been things on 5 if you
5 minute pins. I got distracted by Lee.
can. I'm so no, no. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Who worked at the liquor store? What are you talking about?
Being patient. I'd rather be patient than be on the losing side.
What if you hold? I don't want to hedge upside movement because I'm not in a position like that. You know what I mean? It's not. It's. I'd rather take a small scrape than put myself in a. I don't see any upside, right? If I saw something contradicting my current analysis, then okay. But yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to tie up more BP than is what it. It's most people take if I have to cut meta right now, it'll be a small loss. Why? Because I scaled in. That's my form of risk management. It's my form of a stop loss. The contracts are yeah. So if I cut, it's just like business as usual. I don't take it personally. I don't care. It's not an L to me. I don't have a W and an L book in my mind when it comes to that. That's a W actually, if I'm being real, because if I do exactly what I say I'm going to do and I execute, then I can trust myself to continue to do that in the future, and that helps me take positions again. When people don't listen to their own advice and scar themselves, you know what I'm saying, by taking positions they shouldn't and then not adhering because they can't handle the fact that they're about to lose even just a little bit of money. People will actually make money on contract, like make money on something, and because it doesn't hit a certain price for them, they
Yeah.
will they'll hold it and then it will go, they'll lose all the money, and then they'll literally just sit there hoping that it goes back up. So
But it's so unhealthy. Like, percent. How do you win over again and let your ego tell you how to trade?
yeah, yeah, it's not happening. Let go of my ego. Oh my God. Yeah, thanks for not doing that. That movie.
See, I do it mentally, you know. I accept see it's on the level two.
We're getting some. Yo, Meta is holding a divergence right now. They're gonna bounce it, I think. Hold your toes. We need to lose some ground here. Meta is not losing the same ground that we're seeing on the Qs, so uh, don't get your hopes up quite yet. We need to lose 168.20. So what I think will happen is we'll end up getting a bounce back up, and it could end up being one of those things where it takes till the end of the day, y'all. So be patient if we don't make the move now. What time is it? 9:40. Um,
Patient, bro. You gotta be patient.
296.75 if we do not break down, because we got a breakdown right here.
Yeah, they're stepping bits down. That's what that means, but they're spoofing like lower. You know,
Woo.
if you raise the ask, you know, you obviously step. If you're spoofed the ask, you can raise it up. If you spoof the bids, you're just raising them down. Like that is evil. Whoever doing that is evil, man.
Don't look at your contracts.
Oh, that's my case.
Don't look at your contracts. Stare at the chart. Put the browser down. Have it so that you can click on it and sell it when you're ready. I feel like people are staring at their contracts right now. Stop doing it. Don't do it. Trade the chart, not your contracts. Nope. Get down. Uh, Here we go. I feel it. They're gonna bounce it. They got it.
I see Ken Griffin and promote him.
King Griffey Jr. Have patience, everybody. This is not moving well. That's my analysis on it right now. This sucks. This is not what we want to see when we're in a downtrend. Um, the Qs are sitting at support, and see when the Qs cross back above 294, they will go and hit my resistance. All right, so it is even if you didn't do what I do, which is scale in and you just grabbed a 10 lot, what I do is going to be a little bit different, right? So if you got a 10 lot and I don't like how it's moving down, I'm going to trim risk. I'm going to go ahead and take a few contracts off so that way I'm not exposed to what looks like it's going to be a bounce. So just being truthfully honest with everybody right now, I think we're going to bounce. So, yeah.
Also, I think that 3 minute wait that kind of push lower.
But I'm still going to adhere to my analysis. I'm still going to adhere to the stop loss that I had already given. Just because I feel like it's going to bounce, I feel a lot of things, and right now the market's live, so I have to stick to the levels in the lakes that I'm used to. Sorry. Constitutional Kenny, I love that. Ken Griffin.
I'm watching Tesla here, small position. I want to see if 735 can be reframed. If it is, I'm going to long it, and my stop will be like low. Right position, guys, one day. So the ask needs to clear 735 and then the bids. If it happens. I let the taking spy bounce at 387. It's going to be a scalp.
The pressure is to the downside right now on Meta. You can see by these wicks, so pay attention to that. But and the volume is decently bad, actually. Hold on, what am I talking about? It's okay, but easily reversed. Easily reversed. So let's see what happens. Right now, the Qs are failing to hold that support. We might get the flush down that we're looking for. And I tell you what, we lose 168.16. So basically, at this wick fill, you guys won't even have to ask me. I'm gonna go ahead and add another one. My levels to the downside for Meta, I'll mark those out. I kind of deleted those earlier. So you got 166.62 down there. also have 167.72, and then that from there we got I have a support around 164.60. So, and I'm holding. All right. So if we start breaking down, I'm holding, hodling.
Sometimes yeah, it's still waiting for the reclaim.
What are you in? Tesla calls?
No, I'm waiting. If it holds this low and it doesn't make a newer lower low and it reclaims 735, I'm gonna log it. But it's hard because SPY and the Qs are just cascading like no tomorrow.
Yeah, watch it. I I'm seeing a huge divergence right now, and if the Qs make it down to 291.28 and Meta does not fall, I'm telling y'all right now, it's going. That's where it's got to bounce. If it does, I'm not saying it has to, but I mean, it. That's where I think it would bounce, and then Meta would be a cut. I would probably go ahead and wait and just take it off. So, can I put $100 on Meta? Will I make money? I would just put your click the right side button on your phone, man, and reevaluate like that. Like I hate to be like that, but like if that's you're going to lose that money. If you made money on it now, you're going to lose money on it tomorrow. Because if that's how you're kind of approaching the market, then it's gonna handle it that way. You're gonna trying to like put this nicely, I guess. Like, if you just put $100 on Meta and hope that you make money, what happens next time? Not every it's you have to. This is something that you do have to learn. Even if you're taking signals, which is why just taking signals is not sustainable. So,
Guys, watch Tesla here.
yeah, it's not a blackjack table. That's a better way to word that. So it will fucking annihilate you. Maybe after a couple of these La Columbis. Oh my god. Yo, this is wild. Come on, Meta. Put your back into it.
Straight down on Tesla, guys. It reclaimed, but then the bids just came back down.
It's like trading in slow motion. What do I not see? Am I seeing? There's no fucking way. No. No.
Still waiting, still waiting. I took like a $200 lost on that Tesla break. It didn't go through.
Your
So
ass down
I'm just
there.
gonna look it out.
What?
What?
167.85. 167.75. There it is, y'all. There's that bounce that I was talking about. It's not there yet. We haven't hit any stop loss. I'm still in, not looking at my contracts. I don't even care because I know that as long as we stick to the stop loss here, we'll be good to go. Daily gold met. Hell yeah, dude. Nice job.
Tesla will probably move now. That piece of shit.
It's so hard to pick price action right now, dude. It's everything's slapped up in range. So
Yeah. I'm gonna wait to see if Tesla breaks above 735.
no, I
And
don't trade these
retest
stocks.
it. Yeah, look, it faked me out. It came back down, and now it's going. I'm gonna wait to see if it dips after we get a close above 735 because I'm seeing relief on SPY and the Qs. Meta's reclaiming VWAP, by the way, so that could probably sort of high day.
It's still pressure at 169.75. I met my goal as well today. Awesome. Congrats, man. Yeah, we swung Facebook, which is still got me green for the day. And now I've chose to fist fight with Meta right now.
Maybe. Looks like red's a green Billy Garrett.
Not yet. I'm not cutting yet. No, I haven't cut my contracts. Fingers on the trigger.
Yeah. So now it needs to come down and test 7.5 and then holds it.
Look at the market fluctuate back and forth green.
It just takes out. Ties the live. Need to stop.
Dude, it's what is Tesla doing? Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, dude. What?
He is trying to get out here on the 3 minute. So watch that 3 minute chart.
Dude, yeah, but bro, I feel like they watched what 7:43 or 7:44. All right, fingers on the trigger, guys, for Meta.
This is building. We're gonna have to like.
Yeah, what's up? Not yet. Damn, dude, that bounce on Tesla is ridiculous. Dude, bids are still there. Okay, there they are. Now they're deep. Dude, what in God's name is happening on Tesla right now?
Yeah, that's well, at least the trade I had worked. Rising volume, 17 seconds, so this candle closes above VY. Oh my god. Where do I trade this stuff?
I guess I mean you could I think whoever asked me about Meta. Oh, you know what? All right, there it is, guys. There it is, right there. It's tapping it. Is it gonna break it though? Just tap the stop loss. Has to close it, but what the is Tesla, dude? Damn. Watch him reverse it again. Oh shit. No, don't do it. Take deep breaths.
Alright, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Here.
I'm gonna go play the Powerball. I think I got a better chance to make money. I mean, you were. This is the same guy who just asked me if you put $100 in the Meta. So I mean, yeah. Yes. I actually have a high winning percentage on scratch off tickets. I've only played like 5 times and I won 3 times in like mad different states. No, I still have it. I'm about to. It's flirting with my stop loss here, so I'm not looking at my contracts. So I have a good position size.
Meta is also nice. Meta has more room to rise than Tesla. Has not so many resistance.
You can see Meta is just tapping the 170. Above 170, you got 170 48, well, 170 50, obviously. That's the long mark. Holy Tesla. Dude, what is Tesla doing?
Alright, Tesla is trying to close above support. Now it's trying resistance on the 3 minutes. So.
All right, that's it for me, guys. I'll close Meta. What a pain in the ass Monday.
It's Monday. You know how Mondays go.
Right. I'm watching the I'm watching the tape right now, dude. This is stupid. No, I'm still there. Hold on. I'm literally like sitting with my finger. I think it's gonna build above that. 70.50.
That's expensive. No, only 100.
So yeah, we're stuck at that point of control right here. Look at that. Damn.
I'm gonna bounce 740. If Tesla goes to 740 with impulsiveness, I'm gonna bounce that shit.
No, I'm trying my finger. I'm literally like, it's hard to decipher right now, guys. I mean, this is tough. Trading right now. We got a decent entry, and that's that 170 mark is a good stop loss, because that's what's holding us down. And I'm just trying to get a sense of direction, which I think the market is as well. And it's kind of tough to decipher right now. So, but as soon as we clear above that, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. But of course, it's behaving. It's not one of those things where it just crossed above my stop loss and I can cut it. It's of course tapping it and tapping it and wicking and stuff like that. So it makes it a little bit harder to make a definitive choice here because price action is weak. Here's the one thing that I think about when I'm in these positions is I'm like, would I take this to the upside? And the answer is no. Like it looks bad up too. So like thinking inversely, I try and like, yeah.
Sometimes are you gonna hold 740?
No, dude, that was a fake out. That was a liquid. Give me the liquid. You think that we end up green or red today?
See, I feel comfortable. Sorry, Gary, go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't know. I have no idea right now. I think that we could actually end up having a doji day, or even a long-legged doji where we end up clearing range both to the up and the downside. But I think with all the economic data coming in, Powell talking, that we are likely to stay in range.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's the guy talking about Tesla in the back? Nobody's talking. Yeah, nobody's been talking all morning. What are you talking about?
Yeah, maybe 740 bounce.
I'm just kidding. That's Manny. I was gonna mess with that dude.
There it is. There it is, baby.
All right, so you guys can see, obviously, market's mirroring. Tesla's actually moving up, so Meta is going to be the same thing. So weak, dude. What is this? Do stocks jump after Powell talks? The past two times he has talked, they've jumped like 2%. Manny does have a TikTok. Yes, it's trading with manners. I think. Yes. Oh, Manny, I didn't think about that. You can go live with me on TikTok if you ever want to. Yeah, I feel that. Just kidding. Do you guys remember a few months ago when Meta was like 130? Yeah. Take a deep breath. Don't stress it, guys. I've lost like $47, which that's all right. At least on this play. Tell Manny to shut up. DJ's over there trying to start a fight on TikTok. Manny, thanks to you, I was patient and playing a Tesla bounce and hit my goal for today, so I'm done. Alien, dude, it's great to see some W's, man. I love that. Yeah, I can check Airbnb for you. Is anybody in Meta with me still? I know this is an exhausting position right now, and we're trying to figure out where we're going, but if you're in with me, let me know. Good God, what has happened here, my friend? Were you long on this? Oh, they did people dirty on that one. Am I gonna do a small? Yeah, once I get this Moo account. Stop yelling. So do you see that point of control here on Airbnb? That's that $99.50, $100. Support is all the way down there at 95 with a gap to fill. If this hourly candle closes down, I would be apt to take a short for 95, probably 2 weeks out. So
Guys, I just got off my Tesla. Congrats on the 10-point move. That's for patient brain. Great. Sorry, man. I'm very excited because I hope that trade even past my top.
good job, buddy. That's
Just got
you're breaking the mold. You want to go play some silver? You want to play some chivalry?
45 watching the second leg of
This is done. Come on, Meta.
that's a good patient though.
I'm trying to have patience right now, and now I see it.
There was some good patience on Tesla because they kept fluctuating 745. But you know when Tesla does that, once this says the height of day or trying to push higher, it's gonna really feel bad.
I'm trimming a contract off of Meta on this candle close here, people. This is obviously there's no money to be made in this type of price action. I don't want to look at Tesla, dude. Just give me the FOMO.
So cool. So that's the guy here.
I see a flag set up right now. So the cues, guys, the cues, and I talked about that. Oh shit. We did bounce. No way. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut Meta here, guys, for a little bit of a scrape. I'm out. Not yet. Okay. You didn't like that price? How about this price? All right, I'm out. Here's the deal. I'm waiting now because I'm gonna go short again. I think, depending on whether or not we break back above 296.50 on the cues. Everything has to do with because there are in my opinion, going to be some pretty sweet setups. And we already got a green trade on the meta swing, little burn here, and then meta is still tightly built in range. And if you guys have been trading meta with me, that's usually the setup for success. The longer it builds, the better it is to see, and the better I can get an idea of like what direction it's heading, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to continue to watch meta as well. Look at the 50% mark right there. 294.50 on QQQ. First step down. All right. Everybody clear. I got out of meta. I'm going to go ahead and
And I'm gonna explain real quick. This is why I traded what I traded off Tesla. By the way, Garrett's out of meta.
do what?
No, I'm just saying what you said. I think
Oh, no, you're good.
I heard you. So you guys see that 740, right? You see that wick on the 3 minute, right? Remember what I said about wicks? Wicks on your trail of bread price. Price needed to fill that wick. So you see how we did, and then we started chopping, right? And that's 745 great. So the next level I wanted to see was 740 get held before the next leg up, which was that body of that wick and the cap, right? So once we got it held, look at that it create that crazy push, and then there you go. Now it's trying to do the wick fill, the fill of the wick.
I hope nobody is compromising. If you had us, if you obviously have a different position, um, here's the deal on Facebook right now. If we make right now, our support is giving us higher lows. We need to make a lower low. So a below 168.89, I'll go ahead and I'm going to repeat the same thing, the same play. When it moves to the upside, I don't care if it's, obviously if we end up getting a better average or whatever the case is, I need to see because it's so tightly compact and we're having trouble picking a direction here. I need to see a definitive candle close like the rejection that we're seeing now to the downside, and then I'll go ahead and take another crack at it. And then, of course, the cues, I do want to warn you before considering when looking at position sizing at the moment, the cues have shown us where support is. 1, 2, 1, 2. So both the cues and uh, Facebook are near support. So going to be careful with my positions at the moment. So and if we have to wait till the end of the day in order to get the right position, in order to make the money that we're looking to make, then that's what we're going to have to do. So look at this crazy setup right now. This is nuts. That looks pretty damn shorty though. So meta below 292.12, or excuse me, QQQ below 292.12. Set alerts. Netflix looks weak. Oh my God. Damn. That makes me want to, dude. Yeah, the weaker stocks. Look at them lead like that. All right, Meta. Same thing. They're a little bit cheaper than when we originally bought them. Right now at 128, we're looking for a candle close below that 168.89, 168.90. So let's get a candle close there, and we can take it short. Netflix looks like it just set up its channel. So if Netflix is going to fall, I would venture to guess, first of all, it'd be below 183. And I would be aiming for like the 176.50 target, depending on how hard and fast we fall. So, oh my gosh, I hate days like this. But these are the times that I think about, like last week when we got stupid good movement, when we swung Facebook and it ripped to the upside, immediately at the bell. Like those days come again, and then you get some of these days, you get some of those days. So be patient here. All right, there we go. We're getting a little bit of selling action here. Okay, 19 minutes for this hourly candle to close. Okay, take a look at the cues. The 9-day moving average is 291.77, and my support is 290.86. This is looking like a reversal candle here, guys. I'm pulling up my contracts now for the 160 strike. Those are at 131. I'm not in yet. I'm pulling up 3 contracts to start with. There's that alert. Be patient, even though it's moving in the direction that you want. Still not moving very fast. Means we don't have a lot of volume, which means my position size is obviously smaller until we have clear direction. Don't jump the gun. Let it be clear to you. So, no, you're okay. Go ahead.
No, I bounced. I think why it was super risky, but I bounced 744 on Tesla for like a couple point move, and I took profits right when I saw the ass stop, and then Tesla now is falling into the bar. Pretty, pretty proud of myself. I think this one reference.
Nice. Oh my God. It's about to bounce again. I think one more time.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. But decent day, considering the fact that I went red on the first bounce, and then I stayed patient without FOMO chasing that giant reversal candle. That I was, I got stumped out of with my initial position to play the upside. But this is this is the name of the game. Gary tells you guys all the time, change, go to 15, go to this, go to like, you have to be patient. If you're not patient, you're just feeding liquidity, right? And we don't want to do that. We want to grab a chunk off the move. That's what we care for. We want to just off that move, that 10-point move. If we can catch at least $5 of it, that's enough for us, right? Yeah. We're not in a micro environment where we can just hold things so easily, silently, that era is done. So we have to play defense. And at the same time, while we play defense, we have to slowly allow ourselves to play offense, which is the riskier part.
Yes, Meta or Nvidia is at a tough spot right now. You got a long doji here at the bottom, which could lead you to some sort of a reversal. But things are lagging right now. If you guys look at Meta, literally the marks that I've marked, and you guys can see the mark where I've put to go short has done what? Bounce. The mark that I've put to as stop losses has stayed rejecting, and we're literally stuck in between those two zones. So what do? Nothing. Nothing. And you wait for it to just give you the clear direction. It's broken. We sit on our hands. That is unsanitary. For you, Zebo. Just kidding. Gross. Nice. Sell me a pair of those Yeezy slides. $150. That's crazy, dude. Flip flops. Flip flops. What is it made of? Nothing. Nothing. What? How? Yeah, dude. Listen, don't take this personally. I'm just trying to reiterate this. This is not playable, okay? Just wait. There's no, no money in like right if you were looking at the 3 minute, it's a little flag, okay? There's no need. And right now I do see possibly a quick pop to the downside. I'm not quite sure exactly what we're about to do here, but I think we're going to fall down to this 167.50. So if that's worth it for you, 167.50. That's my mark. So I don't even think we're going to get like an entire pullback here. Oh my God. CEI to the moon, dude. You're going to need to keep chanting that, dude, because I'm not sure anything else. I don't know what else is going to help. All right, I'll go. I almost don't even want to participate in the I feel like this is definitely going to pull back here to 167.60 or 167.50, somewhere in that range. But I'm not taking an early position until we clear. Um, yeah, CEI is going to the moon if you live in Antarctica. No, just kidding. Um, no, I personally think that that is a scam, and most people are bag holding on it. Um, and that's because of Zach Morris and the fact that him and his cronies couldn't give a single solitary shit about anybody but themselves, and so they will hope. I mean, they'll probably get nabbed for some shit later on, but that was the most ridiculous like display of like how are people not seeing that this guy and his friends are getting rich off of y'all's bags. So there's a guy on Twitter. Um, that's name is Zach Morris. That he goes by like that. I'm not obviously not Harry Potter, and he's not Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell, but that's his character, I guess. And yeah. All right, there we go. So we're starting to push down. These are candles that I can go ahead and take positions on because they break the trend. I'm going to go ahead and grab those really quickly. I'm going to do four. 160 call or 160 puts July 1st put, and if you should probably already be in right now. Um, there we go. 136.
I'm here, guys. It's just
Daddy Potter. Oh God. All
and
right.
also taking trades from Gary.
I'm adding another five here, guys, because this is going to turn into a scalp because I'm going to TP 141. Watch support. Watch support 167.50. Rivian's crossing a horizontal ray. Is that horizontal may? Sorry. I want to short this thing. Guys, I'm fairly certain that my analysis is going to play out here. So 167.50. I'm not going to make a lot of money on this. Just to make up enough to make up for the little burn from earlier. All right, do we don't you double bottom. Lose that 168 and then we can go and hit that support there. So I really don't know anything about stocks and I really don't care, but like how did I learn this at first? Um just by figuring out how other people were doing it, what they were doing, how people different ways to make money in the market. Um, I watched people do it. 1 minute and 17 seconds, guys. Don't let a 3 minute candle change your whole analysis here. 5 minute candle is showing that bounce. Ooh, that closes in a second here. It looks complicated because there's so much that is like hard to understand. Okay, holy shit, that was to squeeze me out. Nice wick down. That was a gift. That wick down right there. You guys know the deal. That's one of those things where we're gonna let that candle close, but I'm probably gonna go ahead and cut now. All right, so that's two. That's two. I'm not gonna continue to play with meta, which has not broken out of range at all. Um, so if we end up holding this down, which it looks like we're going to, I'm gonna give it a few minutes or a few seconds here. Hot damn, dude. Did you guys see that? That was that was either someone getting squeezed out really, really quickly, but all right, so 135 fill and 141 fills. Obviously I'm down on both of those right now. Not a lot, but enough to make me not want to stay in here. So I'm gonna trim exposure um at this trend line break here. Or I'm gonna cut, excuse me. I'm gonna go ahead and just cut above 169.62. Yeah, I'm trying to take oh shit. I'm trying to take meta short, and right now it's having a difficult time breaking range, and it's just staying bounced up and all of it this range. So I took it short at the break of this trend. It did bounce down to my 168. I had it going a little bit lower to 167.50. I'm still in. It's still holding my downtrend, which is where I placed my stop loss, and I'm just waiting. So it sucks because I just looked over at my contracts and yeah, meta ain't the one today, dude. And that's just kind of the way it is sometimes too. Especially with obviously we've seen it. Some days meta is the only one damn near, or it moves so fucking well, and then you got days like this where other stocks are moving way better. You could have taken anything like Netflix or Amazon, but I don't let those days get to me. So, all right, I'm still in. So you guys just got a little bit of ointment here, a little bit of relief with this pullback or rejection. So at the moment, I'd like to see Meta engulf 168.50, this 3 minute candle. That would give us 1, 2, and then hopefully we'll open up another 3 minute candle, push this low 168, and then we'll see 167.20. So we'll see what goes happens from here, but this should give us a chance to get out from underneath uh, this trade, which I don't want to be in anyway anymore because we're not getting any clear sense of direction yet. And it looks like we're going to continue to build. So, what? Who's that?
Yep.
Yeah, I have a. Hey, what's up? I have a relatively expensive. I mean, oh, you thought we cut it? No, 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 no. I mean, I have a decent sized position. So, wait, what?
Can you review Tesla levels from today? Tesla starts stuck in a range. So until we break the high, we're not gonna see that 760 breakout all the way to like 770, 763, 768, 770. If we break down, we have to trade below low of day, and then we break at 730, 727, 720, and 717.
Really quickly, y'all, due to the price action here, I'm gonna just start kicking contracts out the door as it's back up to break even at least. So for those, we did cut our initial downside entry here. It did break our stop loss. I re-entered right here. We ended up popping up, of course. I let it retest and then basically sitting at my stop loss again and it just engulfed. So I'm going to let this continue to push down. I think we're going to push the 168 low and then go find our new trend line. So, which is likely to be around again 167.35. So, if you're not in or you took a small L on this, um, if that's the case, like just be patient. If it's a small L, then consider that a blessing because I do not want to be doing this right now. This is not my kind of price action. I'd rather be shorting Rivian or something. But unfortunately, this is the stock I chose today. So got that 200 for the day. I'm done. Thanks, Potter. You've helped me so much over the last year, dude. That's awesome, man. I chose to do call. Yeah. The thing is if we choose to do something and it ends up being not the right thing, all we can do is just create rules and set up a, you know, structure for us to adhere to if things don't go our way, which they've not gone my way a couple of times, but I try and stay calm. I try not to look at my contracts. I try and go find the levels because if I'm emotional, I'm not going to be able to identify things. I'm going to start looking and reaching and hoping. And um, that's where stop losses get compromised. That's where, and of course, like, there's room to wiggle with everything. Um, but yeah, so you and Manny taught me so much. Oh, dude, that's awesome, man. Yes. Obviously I have like other things that I do. So has anybody have met it with me? I know this is exhausting. Good to have some green days. Thank you. And Manny. Oh, of course. I wear my wife's shoes around the house.
Me too.
Okay. Yes, on Meta. All right. We're
Yeah.
we're we're struggling right now.
You're the day we called it today.
We did, but why? Why did we do that?
Why? We gotta stop doing
We
that.
got to stop doing it. Maybe it's our fault. Maybe we do this. That maybe it's just like gravity, dude. If it wasn't for dude and dude, we live in a whole different world. I'm just kidding.
I'm to the gym. Nice morning training, everybody.
Yeah.
6 p.m. today. I'm not going golfing or anything. I'll be here.
Don't leave me in meta, Manny.
Wait.
Where's Dim?
All right, take care, bro. Be very nice.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you too, buddy. Yeah, if you're outside the money on meta, obviously you have a different situation here. Holy shit. Rivian is no don't be. Am I just watching this happen? I do not want to take other positions. I really don't. But hot damn, dude, that thing looks ripe. I'm about to cancel meta, dude, and just be out. So I'm gonna tell you guys right now, the point of control where you see that red line on my chart, 169.17. If we break above it, I'm done. I am not trading meta until the end of the day. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts. You don't want to trade it. Nobody's gonna want to trade this type of price action. I promise you, they're you're gonna get burned. So all right, really quickly because I just can't fucking help myself, I guess. I'm looking to take a July 22nd, um, relatively small, $25 put on Rivian, and I'm gonna do that below the. I mean, you could do it now if you wanted to. Obviously, you need to have your own deal if you do. All right, fuck you, Meta. This is ridiculous. As long as we stay below the point of control, we're good. But below 2780, 2780 candle close, because this is a longer expiration. It's okay to let an hourly candle close, and I'll go ahead and take that position. And I'm likely going to be holding this until it goes in the money and down to the 2480. The stop loss on this one's pretty clear. It's going to be above or at $29. So this ain't it. Yeah, just save yourself. Save yourself the trouble. There, we talk about it all the time. And just because I'm here doesn't mean that you have to be. Just because I'm here doesn't mean I see something. I'm also here just obviously because of you guys. But um, the power of not trading is a real power, because it's really it's delayed gratification, which is something that most humans struggle with. Just in general, we all struggle with some form of delayed gratification at some point. So had a joke, but I'm gonna save it. July 22nd for Rivian and a $25 strike. And I'm keeping it light, okay? Wait, why the fuck is Lee down? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I called the top, but the top called me. A little. Damn. That thing's going to 37 doll hairs. Anywhere below today's wick at 38, 37. Exited meta. Yeah, if you exited meta, dude, and even if you're just if you're able to do that, like just choose to be like, all right, this is not me. I'm gonna go ahead and take the contracts off, and I'm just gonna come back later. Uh, that's super disciplined, and you should be stoked. What am I getting on Rivian? I have not gotten anything. I am. I just set an alert 2785. 2785. All right. Candle close below that. If you get into anything now, obviously you need to uh, be careful. My hotel, or a hotel in Orlando, I think is calling me right now, and they're about to get a different version of me. So I'm gonna step out really quickly, and I gotta exit Meta because of that. So hello. Oh, never mind. That's not the hotel. I thought it was a hotel, dude. I was about to They charged me $380. I got there. The room wasn't the hotel got like struck by lightning. Everybody's losing their mind, and then I just like decided to leave, and then they did you hear that? And so they charged me anyway, and they gave me a hotel room out like 25 minutes outside of Orlando, and I was like, what the fuck? Like you can't just like, and so like I still have $380 missing from my bank account, and I gave them a week because to deal with all the other customers because now they're gonna have to deal with me because I don't Karen very often, dude. But that shit kind of pissed me off just because just refund me, you know. If you are still in Meta, I thought that I was gonna have to take this phone call, so I just exited. But if you are still in Meta, I'm going to continue to watch for you. This is the rejection that you want. You want to engulf this little box right there. You want this red candle to close here, and then I would suspect you will go down to 167.18. Yeah, everything is in my bio. Make sure to my Twitter, all that other good stuff. So, yep. Difficult trading conditions today, guys. Don't take it personally. If you chose Meta with me today, I feel frustrated, slighted, robbed. You know, we did, and you know what's funny is I'm losing sight of the fact that we had a really badass swing, and I didn't lose. You know, in comparison, I just had to exit a decent sized position, but I still didn't lose enough to be upset about. So still green on the day, and if you guys keep those position sizes light and scale in, you'll find that that's a lot easier to do. So, but if anybody wants me to take a look at something, I guess I don't know if it's gonna help. They'll refund. They better. They better, because it was the Coco Key. They Coco robbed me. Lee Auto, what's up? Are you in it? Who's in Lee? Keep holding that thing, dude. If it doesn't show any sign, yeah. If you guys fat biker, and by the way, if you guys are on TikTok or whatever, I'm not being derogatory right now. That's his name. Okay, but below 38.30, super easy. It can possibly go up and retest some levels. I would say you want to stay below 39.84. Right now, you want to stay to go short today. You want 39.17. So. Snap has a fat red candle, and whatever's happening right now, I feel the dump coming, and I'm really thinking that I would say that recovery starts above 1487. That's where you might see 1490. But at the moment, this is not looking really good for a chance of recovery, and anywhere below 1450. And yeah, 1450, I would assume you would go back to your point of control, 1432. At that point, I have a dynamic trend line right there. So I have a trend line on Snapchat all the way down around 1380. So small accounts actually, uh, that actually looks like a could be a play there. Just a trend line retest. If you are in Meta, please let me know right now. If you are in Meta, let me know. I need to know. Tell me. Lose it. Yes, 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 yes. Jesus, kite. Okay, okay, all right. I'm basically like a field trip chaperone right now. I don't get to ride the rides, but I'm there to make sure you guys don't fall out. So right now, you guys see that 200-day moving average? We need that candle right there. See what it's doing? 168.43. We need them to push it down. If you push it down, 1, 2, 3, right here, right? I see these trend lines. I see a low and then a lower low and then a quick switch in trend. That lets me know that there's a higher time frame setup happening here, and it is adhering to my resistance. That's what's happening right now. So above 169.35, and I don't want to have people holding above 167 or 169.70. I would suspect that's obviously cut territory for sure. But at the moment, I think you guys are still good to go. So I cut Meta when you were about to make that phone call. They were calling me. So all right. So Bluebird, I'm gonna chart this while I watch. You that is a kind of a bear flag. Dang. Bluebird Biopharmaceutical. What bio? What do they do? Are they maybe bioluminescent? So deep. It's dark down there. Damn. What happened here? Oh my god. Damn, these people just opened their company up to dump. Damn. Dude, that's like a lot of the stocks we see right now. That's what I want to see with Meta. I want to surf that thing all the way down. So what you're seeing is a literal timeline of a loss of liquidity and a death of a stock, in my opinion. But massive rejection off of what appears to be your downtrend here, and what also appears to be some sort of bear flag kind of forming here on the hourly. But the most important thing, I would say, trumps whatever I'm talking about. 375, 375. That is where this is more than likely gotta go in order to, that engulfment would lead you to a possible pullback to 90 to 211. I don't know anything about this stock, so yeah, I'm just charting while I watch Meta for you guys. This is oh my god. Right there, right there on this point of control, guys, I would already be like getting rid of that shit. Cinemark Holdings. Imagine someone starts a AMC type article on them. Why didn't they get squeezed? You know? Hmm. Oh my God. C and K is currently at support. It's pretty simple on this one. One, two, three off support. Anywhere below 1345, that's the beauty here. Anywhere above 1515, you have a gap fill 1557, which is a true supply retest. And then ultimately, the top or near the resistance here is going to be 1690. Yo, Meta, just fucking fall. Excuse my language, but whew, that's making me mad. I'm not even in the shit. Apple closed below 199. Well, I don't think that. Why is Overstock down so bad right now? Overstock is down 7%. Oh, God. All right, there we go. Meta. Oh, sweet relief, I hope. Give them the dump that they deserve. I'm with you in spirit. Yeah. Overstock is getting wrecked. Amazon. So I think you're getting a little bit of a pullback. What is happening right now? Because you are struggling on the daily to lose that 50% mark. 1415. I think it's seven, big stepper. So we can wick down and hit or even bounce up and out of this. It's obviously what I'm watching for right now. Stay on your toes. Descending triangle. Yeah, I have that falling into a wedge too. So let's see. I'm hoping we push down here. Just no volume. Anyway, so Amazon has what is going to end up being, and most of the time you'll see it as a trend reversal candle. You get a gap up and a loss of 50% or more of the previous day's gains. That is a dark cloud cover. And if you end up losing more than 50%, which you already have, you're going past 1365, and I would imagine you're going to 1260, and that would be a solid engulfment of the daily. And I would think that that would ultimately be a sign for movement to the downside. There's also a dynamic trend line that you are nearing at 1290. So I would keep your eyes peeled on that. If you do not bounce, again, anywhere below that, you've got $11.15. Bruh. Meta. Tesla is keeping the market up? I don't think so, my guy. Tesla's not keeping the market up. I mean, it's not keeping the market up. You know what I mean? It might be keeping EVs up. Tesla does what it wants. Let's see what SPY look like. What the fuck is going on? Excuse my language. I'm sorry. Why? This is wild. Oh, they're gonna watch out on Facebook. I see it happening. Damn it! I saw it before I even moved over. All right, be careful here. They're gonna push things up. It looks like they're pushing things up. You just saw SPY, QQQ. Unless this is one last liquidity grab, everybody could be going short. It's got a almost like a bear flag. Oh my god, dude, this is horrendous. Yeah, okay. They can, and I honestly would start thinking about closing. I don't usually even say that, but like, be careful right now. Look at the setup on the cues. What can happen right here? We're buying time, and we're going to launch up, and we're going to go get people to get out of their positions. I think at the end of the day is when we have a better move. So if you're in meta above 169.33, candle close, bullish candle push, I would go ahead and exit. And if I was in, my finger would be on the trigger now, right now, because at the moment the cues have to go break their lows at 292.90 in order to change trends and move to the downside, which is our support line. And of course, we have yet to break anything. So you actually have what could end up being pretty clear. This is actually great because all you have to do is wait for the trade to come to you. QQQ 294.41. Watch for a run up to 296.60 and 297, possibly even to the upside. QQQ below 292.15, right? 290, 291. That's the downside. What do we see right now on Meta? If Meta does flush, right? Meta does pull down, you will have that falling wedge, and you're likely to curl up. So I do not use a scanner. I do use Benzinga Pro, which is like a scanner. They have option flow, dark block trades, et cetera, et cetera. Let me not dox myself. But the link is in my bio for that, and it is a free trial if you want to check it out. They just take your phone number, none of your credit card information or something, anything like that. So, but yeah, I do use that to keep track of certain things. So let me pull that over there. I'll show you it in just a second. All right, Meta folks, QQQ, take a look at it. So what you can do if you wanted to, I would either just wait. You could either take a Q hedge, right? The 296, 297, 300s, depending on the expiration. I'm not going to get into it, but the meta is at that level where I would go ahead and call it at that point. I think you're liable to go up and hit anywhere above 169.75. I think you're liable to see a strong move to the upside, up to resistance possibly 171. So watch the cues. I am out of meta. I am out of meta, and I believe that patience. So you could play the cues if above 294.36. Here's my deal. I see something very clearly, and I need to see. And I'm looking for those of you who trade with me. You guys know the deal. I'm not looking for these short moves. Okay, I don't like what I'm doing on meta is not my that this is not me. We know this. You guys know this. This is not how I like to trade, and nor will I start doing that out of nowhere. So I'm not looking to take a bounce on meta. There is money to be made there, sure, but I have only made money by continuously sticking to what I'm best at and not compromising because there's infinite amount of money to make and most humans can't handle that word, and so they try to be infinitely good at everything, and that's not possible. You have to take things one step at a time. So while I could take meta to the upside, I'm not going to. I see QQQ. I have a resistance on QQQ at 296.57. I also see the possibility of the Qs just going and bundling up against this resistance before we see either a rejection, but things are very, very clear for me. If we break above 296, I can take some sort of spread. I can possibly take 305 calls, $300 calls, or I can even look at meta and I can look at those 180 strikes again. But I want to set up a spread or some sort of position where I can start looking into possibly swinging these contracts, adding the next day, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah. So right now, I would say number one, if you don't know how to play this, just know that when you come back to your computer later on, it's still going to be just like it was this morning. You're just going to be showing up to a chart and you're still going to have to do the work and still going to have to set targets and stuff like that. So, whatever move you think you might miss out on, of course, you can set your alerts, but you're probably not going to miss out on much. You're just going to come back to another setup for you to do analysis on and take from there. So, if you don't let FOMO keep you at your computer, and the only way that if you every new trader feels it, the only way that you're going to break it is by pushing yourself away from your desk and going to do something else of interest. So, play video games. Sometimes it's just not a trade. Whoa, what is that? Yep. I would say good exit on this, guys. If you went ahead and cut, just save yourself some time. Qs are right there. So there you go. Elden Ring? No, I haven't played that. 3 for 3 on AMD. Cave Bear. Amazing, man. Really, really great job. I love to see some a nice winning streak, dude. Yes, once you buy a contract, it's possible. Yes, the longer it stays out of the money, Skunka. Yes. So I could start building this Hogwarts castle that apparently is the hardest thing on earth to build because that's probably all there is to do. No, I have a couple things I gotta do, but look at this. This shit. Perforated metal sheets. I'm gonna build it. Manny said it sucks. I'm gonna build it. All right, everybody. Um, Let me take a look at it. Down in meta, happy to be out, learn some good lessons. Awesome. And Vert, I love when I see people with that mindset, right? Um, yeah, whenever I see people give me that commentary back, it shows me that like you're already taking the right steps for longevity. So people with investment should be talking about. I don't know what Reborn King is talking about, but can you look at Cambridge Energy and look at the entire history of the shell company and why did the price start so high? Uh, I that stock's not even worth your time, my time anyway. I don't entertain it. Yes. So just have patience. Again, the QQQ. Right now, I mean, there is a possibility you could see a rejection. If you head back down, then obviously things are gonna that changes everything. But right now, I'm just gonna let the trade come to me. Meta is showing a 50% retracement right now. So watch 170.10, 170.15. Um, oh my fucking gosh. Dude, this company rips every time I see it. Dude, wow. That's crazy looking. There you go. I think beautiful. So watch paychecks. You're getting close to resistance, 124.50. If you see a rejection and you see the stock back down around 122.25, I would highly recommend uh, looking at it as a rejection. I would say that's a rejection. Um, yeah. And I would be looking at targets moving to the downside because this isn't a downtrend. But above it, above 125, I have 126.18 actually, and then resistance at 127.36. That would be a break in trend, and you could possibly see a move to the upside. So. Earnings Wednesday. Oh my God, yo, I'm gonna write that down because yo, I would actually. What if that? Wait, how does earnings go for them? Do they dump on earnings? Do they jump on earnings? What do we got? Looks like earnings jump. Decent gap up. I mean, you could definitely see a long put opportunity here. What? Why do people say charge point's gonna pop? I don't know. Probably because it's at resistance. That's actually on technically the setup is pretty good. Um, yeah, I would say it's pretty solid. Um, Meta, if anybody flipped the script, I know the cues are ripping right now. Watch Meta. I gave you guys the downtrend target here. If anybody's playing it to the upside, again, remember my style of play. If you guys see something and you can take it, this was obviously something a scalper or really anybody could have profited on. Not my trade. Watch this one, 171.27. Pre-market highs are forever away, but above 170, 170, that would be a significant change in trend, and we could see a break from there. So, but again, the tops are never pretty, and we would need to see a lot of effort in order to move to the upside out of this. Yeah, no problem. Charge point 1620. And then if you do not and can't break above that 1615, 1620 level, I'd venture to guess you're heading back down to 1450. I mean, this is actually a pretty interesting spot because it is at resistance. So watch that $16 level. And then from there, you may see something move from there. So, sheesh. Dude, right off the 9 day moving average. Meta one. I don't know if this is going to happen today. If by some chance in hell that we see Meta squeeze everybody out, which is something that may end up happening. It can happen. This is everybody. The volume to the downside was huge. So you imagine squeezing everybody out from here. Uh, Meta will probably rip. So Meta above 172. Remember the gap. I'll hop back on or signal if I end up seeing something. But 180 this week's strikes or 175 next week's are probably going to be where I take my contracts. The gap fills at 175.55 and 174. I'm going to go ahead and hop off and shake off the two. It's annoying, and for me, obviously, don't think that I'm immune to it. When I take a couple trades and I'm frustrated, which I am. I have perspective. I'm aware that like I'm feeling a certain way, but I also know that I have to do something about that. And usually I just got to go walk away and go eat breakfast or like exercise or something for 20 or 30 minutes, and then just it'll just go away. You'll just be like, oh yeah, I'm not thinking about that anymore. Unless you obviously did something stupid, but so the more and more that I look at this chart, and the more and more. Jesus, what am I doing? I look at SPY. It's above this 50. It's 391.80. I very much would anticipate SPY moving to 395. That would be the next reasonable and solid target, which will send other stocks up. So if you're watching Meta, and again, go look at Meta right here. Actually, look at Meta right here. Take a look at this price action. Okay? Now take a look at this price action. What's happening? It's the exact same thing, same energy. So don't let these candles fake you out. All right? We could end up dumping tomorrow still. I'm trying to make racks on Facebook. I'm not trying to make, a little bag right now. I'm trying to make racks. Yeah, something power hour. God, that Pikachu. All right, everybody. Um, Lackluster morning. I know a lot of you guys were able to hit your goals. Swing trade was dope. Facebook swing trade was dope. The return on that one was sweet. The risk to reward there was sweet. But let's see if we can't get ourselves another one before the end of the day. So if you have taken any losses, don't take it personally. Remember, this is business as usual. Treat it like a business. Some days we have little slide backs. Some days things don't work out as usual. If you're a problem solver, if you're somebody who's obviously motivated to solve problems, then this is just if you exited where you said you were going to, then you shouldn't be mad at yourself. Obviously, there's being frustrated with the trading conditions, which is totally understandable because we're trading the top. Um, it's all good. Just let it go. All right, everybody. I'll see you guys shortly. Make sure to follow me on Twitter or be in the Discord if you guys are on TikTok. That way you guys get the alerts. And if you guys are on YouTube, remember I'll be live on TikTok, not YouTube. So